Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are still with me, Derek Wandera, your host of the show today, when we talk about very fundamental issues about family, parenting, and upbringing of children. We were talking about the girl child, and that close connection and bond they have with their daughters, especially the male parents, the father and the daughter. Mr. Lumumba, I am here to report to you that if for those that have been at that have visited me, I am so lucky that I always have a very striking um, relationship with my girls from an early stage, to the extent that when I'm leaving, I have to escape. And we want you to help us just understand. You were counting for us. You're taking us through the growing and the growth period, when to do what and when not to do what. You had talked about the age 5 to 12. Now from 12 to 15 and through to, of course, that child is now a teenager. It's entering into puberty. It's already in puberty, especially for the girls. And and we are moving along into entering that age of 18 and things. What happens at that time?
Thank you, Derek. Yeah, I want just to go back a little bit on that age, because the first years, 1 to 12, these are foundational years. You shouldn't miss. Actually, just like a building, the foundation is the most important, because the one which holds all the floors together,
Yes.
So what goes on in that foundation is very, very important. So for this girl child, in these first years, if you're a working parent, I implore you, a week, there are 7 days in a week. Can you make sure that you at least have 5 dinners with your children? Eat dinner together with your children. Out of 7 days, at least 5. If you can do 7, well and good. During dinner time, this is a time of bonding. This is a time of evaluation. Ask how the day was, how was school, how was teacher so and so. Evaluate your day. This is the time of bonding. Between 1 and 12, please have supper with your children. Connect with them. It will be very difficult to break this bond if you have already built it up. The challenge with many of the working parents, they abandon these children during this critical period between 1 and 12. Saying that they are looking for money. And it is true they are looking for money, and money is important. However, by the time they come back, after these children have passed the age of 12, it is too late to reconnect. The children have already lost you. You are no longer in their heart. They cannot share with you personal issues. So, this critical period between 1 and 12, Dad, please be there for your children. Make sure you ask. Make sure you appear. In fact, there are 3 things for a child that are critical during 1 to 12. Have dinner with them, number 1. 2, be there during school activities. There's sports, there's swimming, there's MDD, and your child is participating. Why do you want your child to entertain other parents and for you are not there? Why should it be the role of your daughter or your son to entertain other parents and your child is not there and you are not there? This is the time when you bond. Actually, be there and be the number 1 cheerleader. Shout your daughter's name when your child is performing. Shout. Be the number 1 person to shout, shouting her name as you run. If they are doing sports, run along inside the court. Run. Shout her name. Be the number 1 cheerleader. Be there. So there are 2: dinner, sports activities, and birthday. Never miss a child's birthday between 1 and 12. Please don't. Because you are missing this critical period. Remember, during this period, they know you, they see you, you are the man of valor, you are the guy they are seeing. They don't have any relationship with another outside. But 12, 13, they are beginning now to look outside. So please connect and make it strong. That bond should be very, very strong between 1 and 12. This is the period we should not. So now, from 12 onwards, the bond was already set. It's already there. They are able to tell you their personal issues, not private and public, but they're able to share with you the personal issues. Man, the other thing is going to be a roller coaster. Between 13 and 14, you are able to, because she's your daughter, you've been buying for her pads. It's a normal process. You buy for her pads. she shares with you, ask her about the boys in class. The moment this connection was done before, you are not going to have any issues between 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's why I'm saying now, because you have used biblical ethics to teach and train this girl, therefore you have transformed her heart. Because the most important thing with biblical teaching is that you aimed at training their heart. You know, I know that parents are very concerned with their children during primary school years. For them, they are after career. What subjects is she doing well? If the daughter is not performing very well, the parent will go and speak to the teachers. Why is my daughter not doing this? They will even pay some money for coaching for her. In other words, our parents, Ugandan parents, are after the girl performing very well in academics and becoming successful in career. But they are not concerned about being successful in family. But biblical ethics is that this girl succeeds in both career and family. So, because you are under biblical ethics, you have been, concentrating on the heart issues, training her heart. She's able to tell you what is going on. You're not going to have these issues which normally happen. You hear children have committed suicide, or this and that. This girl is bonded with you. You're able to know what's going on. She tells you every secret. 16, 17, you will be able to place that purity ring on her finger. But if you have never related with her at heart level, let me tell you, you cannot place the purity ring on her.
Mr. Lumumba, I know there's so many issues. Yeah, I can see you people are sending in your comments. They are already coming through. We shall get to the segment of reading them. But Mr. Lumumba, I have discussed that very big issue with a lady who is, I think, in her 40s now, and she has 3 children. All of them are boys. But she says the problem she gets is that she was so close to her father, and now she measures every man she gets at the same level of the father. And if you don't tick all the boxes that the father had, you cannot make to her list as a husband. Don't you think that closeness also would in one way rupture her chances of getting married in case she doesn't get a person who has the same qualities as you do?
Thank you very much, Derek, for that question. Actually, the moment the dad places the purity ring on the daughter, it becomes a tripartite issue now. The dad, the mom, and the daughter go on to do separate roles. It is the duty of the daughter to choose, and I'm using these words carefully. The girl or the daughter chooses the friends. The father validates. At this stage now, the father encourages the daughter to bring her friends home. The father, from time to time, talks about marriage in a healthy way as an institution that was created by God, not by man. Remember, in the Bible, it was not man's idea. It is not Adam who said, I need a wife. It is God who said it's not good for man to be alone. It was good. So the father now begins to talk about these issues of marriage from 18. In our context, in Ugandan context, is 18. So the father now encourages the daughter to bring her friends home. If the daughter chooses and she says, this is the friend, the boy, the father should now start to mentor this boy into the kind of husband that he wants to be. If the father followed these steps, of course, the boys may not be up to the level that he wants, but the father, it's now the duty of the father to mentor, to coach, to equip this young man to the level that he wants. So that by 26, 24, these people should get married. But why we are saying educated girls are reaching 30? Because the father is less concerned. The father is concerned about academics. He's about career. But he's not concerned about this area. Yet, the father invests so much resources in his daughter.
What's the right age for a girl to get married, in your view?
In Uganda, it is 18. In Uganda, it is 18, age of consent.
So your daughter can get married at 18 and you're okay with it?
Yes. If you are against that, then we go biblical. At what age did Mary, the mother of Jesus, conceive by the Holy Spirit?
But Mr. Lumumba, let's be realistic now that there is this whole education cycle that this child has to go through. If a child started at P1 at 7 years,
Yes.
they will be in senior 1 at 14. They will be in senior 4 at 18. They will be in senior 6 at 20. They will finish university for most of the courses that take 3 years at 23. And you're saying yours can get married at 18.
Yes.
So will they go to school or not?
They can go to school.
Even as a married woman?
You see, the thing is that you are with them. The father is involved. The father of the daughter is involved, and he's also talking to the other people. Are they ready? He can talk to them. He can coach them, mentor them. The thing is that if you are not involved, they're having illicit sex.
Yes.
They're fornicating. They are fornicating, and you say they are not, because officially you don't want them to get married, but they are fornicating. So why don't you do it in the official way? Because our law says 18. In the UK it is 16. In the US it is 16. What's wrong with a girl getting married at 18? The law says 18. But what I'm saying, can the parents get involved? If you think they are not yet ready, advise them.
Mr. Lumumba, there's a question that's come in, and it's just a little probing. Great pointers on parenting, but could you please explain that there are ladies who are 30 and above and are not in a rush to get married? You see, the most important thing is following God's path. Now, there is a whole striking, balance between following God's path and the reality on ground. There is a person who is above 30 but is following God's path and is not in a rush to get married. What do you think is the problem with that person? Or do they have a person?
No,
do they have a problem?
The father didn't help this girl. You left this girl to hunt on her own. You didn't guide her. So now she's finding it a problem. She doesn't know, she's not able to choose between the bad apple and the rotten one, the good apple and the rotten one. So she's there, she's stuck. And our society, society teaches very badly. She says that the man, the girl should wait to be hunted. But she was not helped. Time has passed. I don't know actually how to help the one who is above 30. Yeah.
Mr. Lumumba, there's as we cross to the boys, there is always something that you've always talked about, especially in mentoring a husband. Who is the best person for identifying for your daughter a good husband in your family?
The person who is the best person for... No. My daughter should choose her future husband. My role as a dad is to affirm. I should be the one to take the final decision. Why? Because there's a saying that only a wolf can sniff another wolf lurking in the background. It's only a male that can sniff another male. When girls choose, they are looking at character. They are looking at the physical structure. They are looking at the height. They are looking at the six-pack. But only the father can look at the heart issues. So let the girl choose, present her future husband to the father, and the father should decide. The girl cannot decide. The girl can choose, but she cannot decide. She's not qualified to do that. Because she cannot discern the heart issues, the character of this boy. And that's why marriages after 6 months, 1 year, they collapse. Because she took her decisions alone. She took the final decision, that man alone. She's not qualified. She can choose externally. He's handsome, he's tall. But is that the one that makes marriage? We're talking of somebody getting in marriage and being in marriage for until death do us part. We're not talking about, having casual sex. No. The girl can choose a girl to marry. The girl can choose a boy to marry. But the final decision should be done by the father. In the absence of the father, should be the father figure.
Mr. Lumumba, what about the boy? Who is the best placed person to choose for the boy a good wife? Or at least identifying or making that final decision?
The boy should choose the girl to marry, but the final decision rests with the mom. Yeah. The mom should be the one. The boy should present his girlfriend to the mother. And by the way, when I say presenting, In the case of the father, when the daughter presents the boy to the father, the father should be able to work with this boy for at least 6 months, 6 months to 1 year, going out, having breakfast with him, having lunch. You should call him, come, we do this. Spend a day with him, talking to him, coaching, mentoring him for a period of 1 year. By the way, let me tell you, for a man, a genuine man, within 1 week or 1 day, he will have been able to tell that this is a fake boy, and will throw him out.
How do you tell?
Oh man, that's for fathers. Yes, that would be a topic another day. So we go back to the mother. The boy, the son, chooses a girlfriend. He likes her. She's beautiful, but the boy does not have the qualities to look at the girl's heart. So he presents this girl to the mom. The mom should work with this girl for at least 6 months to 1 year. And then he will be able to tell that this girl is a good girl or she's a fake. She's just masquerading.
When you talk about courtship, how long should a courtship relationship be before these people enter into marriage? Because one of the issues that many marriages have suffered is the fact that many people or many couples do not take time to learn each other before they get into marriage. Is it on the boys' side to take their time, or the girls' side to take their time?
Both will take their time. Yeah.
How long time should they take?
6 months. 6 months to 1 year. You should be able to know this person. But that's why I'm saying, when you involve your parents, it will be easy for you. But the moment you get this person, you like this person, day one, you say, I like. It was intuition. I saw and I liked. Oh man, you're just, I think the Baganda have a saying that Akatura KBC, something like that, you know. Something is hidden, you know, you will not be able to tell. So, involve your parents.
Bwambale Trazik, I see your comments coming through. The more kids, the greater the poverty levels. Do you really have girl children, Mr. Do you have really girl children, Mr. Lumumba? Mr. Lumumba has since told us that he has 2 boys, Anthony and Humphrey. Mr. Lumumba, I want you to take us through that that process of bringing up a boy who is going to stand tall before this girl, and this girl will choose her as the right man, and they will be in a marriage that only death will do them apart.
The process of parenting is the same from childhood. Dinners. Make sure you are there every day. They are still young. Be there every day. If you cannot be there 7 days a week, please, at least 5 or 4. But from 9, the boys are different. Now their body hormones begin to change. They begin to change. So you need now to start giving them different tasks. They need to do manual work. Yes, these things like washing the car. Yes, like beginning to change the car tire. Yes, they begin to do now manual work. The boys, you have to work with them. Now, when they are 12, 11, 12, go for rite of passage. Tell them your story. Be vulnerable. Tell them your story. How was it for you when you were a young man? How was it? And that's what the mother is also supposed to tell them. But unfortunately, many of our parents fail to tell them. Tell them the mistakes you made as a man during your time. Me, my sons, I told them my mistakes I made, you know. And I told them, for me, my father had not told me those mistakes. For me, I'm telling you so that you don't repeat these mistakes. Yes. The mistakes I made as a young man. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I told my son, you don't have to do the same. Yeah. And for you, these days, there's HIV, there's hepatitis B, there's what? So if you want to go and mess, you go. But this is there. It is lacking in the world.
The boys normally want, like you've said, to be taught the hard way and taught the masculine way.
Yeah.
But you have since told us on this show that a man should be vulnerable to the extent that they should cry. A real man should cry. How do you create someone's heart, your son's heart, to soften to that level of when they feel very stressed and very broken, they can actually break down and cry as real people, as real human beings?
If you have connected on heart level and you are able to share the things that hurt you, that stress you, you share with them. Because you are a human being and you have feelings. So you have emotions. Tell them the things that hurt you. Tell them. You should be able to share with your sons. The thing is that we have left these children to be parented by society, and the films that they watch. Man is hard. Man doesn't cry. Marlboro, those things of the 80s. I don't know, for you are not yet born. There's this Rambo. That's our time. First blood. He's a strong man. He can be cut. But you see, still moving. No, that's just fiction. But we need to be real and tell our sons, tell our children that we are human beings and we can be hurt, or we can also hurt others. Yes.
A question is coming through. Can we agree that there is no set age for one to get married? At least even the Bible has it stated that way. Is there a set stage for one to get married?
I think it's not there. That's why in the Bible, actually the age for Mary, the mother of Jesus, is not there. But scholars are guessing that it's around 16.
Okay.
Yes. That's why when you say 18, that's the Ugandan law. But Mary didn't reach 18. By the way, Princess Diana, the mother of Prince William, she got married at 18. And she gave birth to those boys, I think, at 19. So if you are saying 18, that's the Ugandan law. But I don't know how many girls, especially the illiterate ones, are waiting for 18. So that the law applies or doesn't apply to them. I don't know.
Lucy, thank you very much for those comments that are coming through, and everyone that is sticking with us on News 24/7, the YouTube channel. Those that are following us on Twitter, I know there are many comments that are coming through on our TikTok, and those that are coming through on our Facebook and Twitter. We are very grateful, and please keep sharing, keep talking, keep commenting on this show, because just right here is where you get only the good information that you need as you get into marriage. Mr. Lumumba, I have a question that is burning, and this question is about the boys. When you are preparing the boy child for marriage, who other than yourself is this boy supposed to keep company with? Boys can go anywhere and get company wherever they feel their friends, their counterparts, and whoever. How do you choose company for your son in order for them not to land into the hands of the wrong one?
Very good question. Very, very good one. When you're preparing your son to get married, other than the parenting that you have been doing as a dad, there should be three. There should be groups of 6 men. 6 men. 5, you, the father, there should be 5 men, you the 6th. You should meet with these boys. And this is how it should be. Number 1, get a man who has been married between, just 5 years and under. Under 5 years.
Yes.
One of the men should be 5 years and under. The other one should be between 5 and 10. The other one between 10 and 15 years. And the other one between 15 and 20. And then 20 and 25. Meet this boy at least 3 times and speak to him. Share the different experiences. This is what we mean by mentoring, coaching, and equipping. Meet your son. The father should be part of that group. Walk him through. Let the man who has been only married for 5 years share his challenges, the good side and the bad side. Let him share with your son who's going to get married. Let this man who has been married between 5 and 10 also meet this young man. Share with him his experiences of between 5 and 10. Then the one of 10 and 15. And then 15 and 20. Let all these men talk to this boy. Forget about the world view where bachelor's party, they only go to dance and, do those funny stuff. No, that's fake. That's why marriages are failing. Let the men, and I'm talking of men of impeccable character, men who have been married. Take a man who has been married for 20 years, 25 years. Let him speak to your son. But you are getting at a bachelor's party. What do they do on bachelor's party? Other than fake stuff. Get men who have been married, who are Bible-believing men. Let them speak to your son. That's what I'm talking about. But you don't just get bachelor's party, they go to drink and dance and then do whatever they do with those other girls because they are saying bye to. It's fake.
We need to.
It is fake.
We need to understand what exactly happens in bachelor's party for those that have been into bachelor's party. I know my MD here, Mr. Daniel Taya, has been in a bachelor's party. Probably one day we shall have him on the panel and just explain to us what really happened in during that bachelor's party. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for following us on the News 24/7 YouTube channel. We are live to you from our studios here in Chisasi, that's part of Kampala, and we are going for a quick commercial break, and when we return, we shall be talking even more stuff that is touching this topic. I will go through your comments when we return. When we return, I'll be throwing the ball to you also to have even quick inputs into the show. But already there is quite many comments that need to be discussed. There is a rambling discussion that's going on our YouTube channel in the comments section, and I'm loving it. And these comments coming in, flocking in all the time, and questions. And when we return, I'll be taking you through those comments and the questions.
Yeah, yo, yeah. Man, I don't know what's today, man. Today I'm not feeling it.
Rock Boom, now in a new bottle with the same taste and same positive energy.
Yeah, I drop it like it's red hot. Shorty's coming back up.
Available in a blended 20 ml PET bottle.
I just took a Rock Boom and I know it won't flop.
Rock Boom, feel the positive energy.
Emioga,
one of the best government intervention
meant to get Ugandans out of poverty.
How many people have paid back the money?
They really did not return their money.
Some people mismanaged their funds.
Leaders took much of the money.
Most of these people who are eating the money, they say they are cadres.
Some districts have not got any money.
A hit or a miss.
Emioga has not died in Soroti City.
She has died at birth.
This Friday on News 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome back from that quick commercial break. I'm still Derek Wandera, your show host for today, hosting Mr. Patrick Lumumba, who is a man of all seasons. He is a life coach. He's a trainer. He's an educationist. But above it all, he is a mentor, a father, and a husband. Mr. Lumumba, there are very many comments on our social media channels. There are comments that are coming in on our YouTube channels, and I'm trying to get them, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm stuck to my phone. I'm trying to get those comments coming through and try to update Mr. Lumumba that you have a very huge task to explain to someone called DJ Marge, who is saying, what's the difference between choosing and deciding? And the other one says, you tell him that generations have changed. Have really generations changed to the extent that we can let our children go into vultures or go wander their own way?
No, they have not changed. The generations have not changed. The people were still here. Yeah, they haven't changed. That.
So what is lacking? I mean, of course, there is changing times where you remember that time when there was arranged kind of marriages in our forefathers' times. Right now, a child feels they have the right to choose their own marriage and own husband or wife. Is this the reason as to why marriages are breaking so fast?
Yeah, they are choosing, but they're not presenting their partners to their parents to help them. How come? Let me ask. If you want to buy a car, unless if you're buying a brand new car from Toyota, if you're buying a second-hand, a used car, you'd like to go with a friend or somebody who has had a car.
Yes.
Why do you go with a friend? Because you don't have experience in cars. You're buying a car for the first time. You'd like to go with a mechanic or somebody who has had a car, and he will help you, make a decision. But you are choosing a life partner, and you want to do it alone. Wow. Go ahead. That's why we are seeing marriages breaking. Secondly, the reason why marriages are breaking, the reason why we have many single mothers is because, one, there is no university or college that is training good husbands.
You're responding to the question, why do we have very many single mothers at the time? This is the question I asked you while we were off air, but here you bring it up.
Yes, we are having many single mothers because there's no university or college that is training good husbands or good wives. It is supposed to be done at home by the parents. If you read Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6, it talks about having all the laws, all the rules in your heart. Keep them in your heart and train your child wherever you go, in the house, on the street, train your child. The parents are not training their children. They are not equipping them from childhood. So the children go into things, they are untrained. They want to do the things their own way. That Bible is a set of rules that governs humanity. We are not following the Bible. So the marriages will continue to break as long as we don't refer to that book.
Mr. Lumumba, it's very disturbing that in 2018 there was a research that was made in one of the prominent churches around town, and it was found out that 72% of the marriages in that church or in church setting have broken before 5 years, and 72 is such a humongous number.
Yes.
When you talk about the Bible, and we are seeing that the embodiment of the Bible, the place where the Bible is taught every now and then, is where most marriages are actually breaking. When you cross over to the Islam, at least theirs was at 43 in terms of breaking up, but church 72%. What is church not doing right?
It is not doing that one right of training the fathers. The fathers are producing children without training them to be good husbands. And they themselves, the fathers, those very fathers who produce these boys, who become sons, they're also not good. They also have issues in their own marriages. So where do you expect this young man to learn it from? Where? The father and mother have issues. They have separated. So actually the place where the boy is supposed to learn the issues of marriage is at home. But he's staying at home where the dad separated from the mom.
Yes.
He's being raised in a single parent home. So where will he learn it from? That's where the problem is. Actually, one preacher says everything starts and ends in the home. Everything good comes from home. Everything bad comes from the home.
Yes.
The home, the family is not doing what they're supposed to do.
I'm just going to read for you some of the comments that are coming through on our social media channels. True, there may be no permanent age for one. This one's getting back to our comment that we had, conversation we had earlier. Permanent age for one to get married, but let us consider a girl getting married having achieved little achievements in life, like a bachelor's degree, not getting married at all. And another is saying, so I disagree. Someone is saying, I disagree with Mr. Lumumba, who said that his daughter should get married at 18. Really, will she have achieved? And you, as a dad, will you have taken the right decision to marry off your child at 18? That is one comment. Another just said, this is an interesting and educative. Thank you very much. Thank you. Another, Emmanuel Olinga Omutia, say thanks for the peace. To me, marriage and relationships at large is a commitment one decides to take. Interesting topic here. At 18, another comment is coming in. Does the average girl know key things like who they are, etc., and is it safe for them to get married at that age? People seem to be going back onto your age at which a child should get married. And I just want to ask you to pose the question to you about achievement before someone gets married. And one of our listeners and viewers is saying that someone has to attain at least a certain level of achievement before they get married, whether a boy or girl. What is your say about the same?
My say is that involve the parents. The parents will guide these two people. The moment my daughter brings a potential husband home, it is me and my wife to continue mentoring this boy and girl. When they decide to have children, that's their issue. But they have to get wedded first. If they are meeting at 18, maybe they might marry at 22. But we have to walk them through. We have to work with them. What I'm against is these two people deciding to get married on their own. The parents have to get involved. If the parents say, yes, you are still young, or first finish this, then the parents should first have a say in this marriage. What I'm saying, the children should never decide on their own. Should not decide. They can choose not to decide. So the parents can work them for 4 years, up to 22.
Mr. Lumumba, I want to ask the question of if there has to be a marriage, what roles do each of these, because already there are 4 or 6 people involved. There is a child, the girl, there is the father, there is a girl and the boy. There is a son, there is a father and mother of the girl, father and mother of the boy. 6 different people. What do you think is the gap, especially on the side of the parents, that we are seeing right now? Why are they not doing these things that you're talking about?
The father is ignorant. I want to tell you, Derek, I have friends, I have men who are 60 and above. They have daughters who are 30 and above. If you ask them, why is your daughter getting married? They brush you off and they say, ask their mom. Why should I ask their mom? The fathers are very ignorant about this issue. They don't know what to do with their daughters. So the girls are there. And let me tell you, the reason why these girls are not getting married is because when they were in school, the father never talked about this issue. And because he didn't talk about this issue, the daughter fears the man. He fears the father. Because he says, how can I bring a boyfriend here? You want my father to kill me? I have to finish school. And when she finishes school, that's when, during graduation, most fathers will say, now that you have finished school, it is as if boys are being kept somewhere in a wardrobe. The girl should now go and open the wardrobe and bring the boy out. Where are the boys? That's why I'm saying, let this girl at 18 choose. She's allowed to choose and present this boy to the parents. And the father now starts moving with them. But for you want to wait until 24, 23 when you finish your first degree. And then after graduation, the father says, okay, now that you have finished your degree, now you can. Let me tell you, the girls, the boys are not kept somewhere. And I want to say, girls, in my opinion, are like fresh vegetables. When you go to buy fresh vegetables, you are going to buy vegetables which are fresh, which have been delivered today on that stall. I'm not going to buy vegetables which are whittled. No way. So Men will always pick those fresh ones, not the ones who have stayed on the shelf for many, many months and years.
For those ones who have stayed on the shelves for many, many years, what do they have to do such that they can achieve in this area of marriage?
Their dad didn't help them. I really don't know, because if me, I am advocating for the biblical parenting, and they've gone past 30. By the way, Derek, I don't want to enter in the area of medical, but if we enter the area of medical, let me tell you the most fertile area. I'm not a medical, I'm not a gynecologist, but I know that the most fertile age when a lady produces fertile eggs that will give you fertile babies is between 18 and 27. 18 and 27, you get the best eggs, and therefore you get the healthiest babies. So, I mean, it's God. God is the one who plans. It's not me. But now you are going above 30 and you want to have babies. Yes, you can have babies, but I'm not a doctor.
Maybe if we have a doctor online, should tell us about the eggs that are produced at what age, and to just make clarifications for us if there is any kind of side effects to both the male and the female in terms of taking long to produce. And I've had the thing of fibroids. I don't know how they come. None of us is a medic here, but any medic online, if you are following this show, please just get into any of our social media handles and please just advise whether what Mr. Lumumba is talking about is true, because I know that on our social media channel, on our YouTube, there is a very big debate that is going on. Barack says marriage is a journey. Unfortunately, many children have been raised to see marriage as destination. Good talk though. Another says at 18 she has, okay, the people are still stuck with our social media handle. Social media channels are buzzing with so many comments about age 18 that Mr. Lumumba mentioned as being one of the ages that a child should get married. I'm just requesting that can we have a medic who is online to try to just explain to us what it means for a child or a girl child to take long to get married. Mr. Lumumba, you've talked about the medical perspective of life. And we've seen, some of us have experienced, and we have talked to many medics who have explained to us the issues that come with taking long to give birth. Mr. Lumumba, if you have your sons right now, I know they are above 18. I think one of them, all of them above 18. Anthony is also above 18 now. Good. And what kind of talk are you having with them at that age now?
I want them to marry.
How old is Humphrey?
Humphrey is 25.
25.
I want him to marry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
it's disappointing me. I don't know.
He has not yet.
No. Yeah. Should marry. I want him to marry. What is he waiting for?
Okay. Have they brought to you their girlfriends?
Not
and
yet.
Have you talked
Not
to
yet. I want them to bring.
So where is the problem?
I don't know, but I've told them I want.
But you're their father.
Yes.
And here you are blaming the fathers for missing out. Did you miss any
you
stage
see, he's following these things from the world. Me, I'm telling him he should bring the girl. We want to see the girl. But like I said, it is not me. For him now, when he brings the girl, it's not me. It's the mom supposed to work with that lady.
Okay.
Yeah. But me, I've told them I want them to. In fact, Humphrey should marry.
Should marry now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Humphrey, wherever you are, I know you're not in the country, but Muzei here is saying that you should marry. I'm going to give you a call after this show, and please explain to me why you're not marrying. Muzei is getting worried.
Even should have married yesterday.
You are 25. You have not showed him your girlfriend or boyfriend, and I don't know what that means. Mr. Lumumba, there's a question that's coming in from Dorothy Williams. It's asking, thank you for this educative show. I want to ask Mr. Lumumba, what should a girl consider while choosing a partner?
The girl should want. When choosing, of course, I know it's natural. They first choose They
body,
choose
the six packs.
The six pack,
Mm.
the height.
Eh.
That one I know, even if I tell you what.
Mm.
But for me, from a father's perspective, I need to work with this young man and see what is his vision, his 10-year, 20-year vision plan with my daughter. Where is he taking my daughter? Where does he see himself with my daughter in 20 years? If he doesn't give me that plan, no, I'm sorry.
So this girl should actually get this so-called boyfriend who is husband to be.
Yes.
And take them to
the father.
Yes. You know what it means right now that you can be caned to death by a father.
No,
you bring to me. I mean, I'm telling you, this is what our fathers have taught us, that it's bad to have a boyfriend.
But she's 18.
Yeah, she's 18, but it's still bad.
I will discourage them against premarital sex, but I will encourage them to wait as they plan.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Mr. Lumumba, many people here are disagreeing with you, and they are contending with the fact that a person should at least get married at 30 years, especially 25 to 30. Some people Eric Mbowa is saying 25 to 30 is good age.
That's the world view.
And there are many people who are saying 30 years on our social media channels.
That's the world view.
Just create for us an umbrella of, if you are 25, if you are 15, I mean you are 25 and you have not yet gotten a boyfriend or girlfriend, what should be something that you can figure out in the shortest time to make sure that you get a girlfriend or boyfriend?
To get a partner, you need yourself and you need the other person. You need the two of you. You have two heads. And here we are looking, by the way, we are looking for the values and virtues in this person. That's the first thing.
Yes.
The values and virtues. Actually, the virtues is the first thing that we are looking for. So the two of you, that's enough. The other things, you will work them along. And that's why after that, if you think you like each other, present yourself to the parents. It's not about property and what. No. Do you have what takes? Do you have the values? In fact, for me, if my daughter presented that young man, I'm not saying, do you have a car? No, it's not about the car. I want to see what is in his heart. What does he have in his heart? His character. I'm actually checking out for character because I know that my daughter doesn't have the lenses to dissect, to discern the character. And that's why I'm helping her. Actually, the father comes in to discern the issues of character in the heart.
Mr. Lumumba you're now 50?
57.
57. Mr. Lumumba is 57. We are hosting a very informed and a very pertinent person when it comes to the issues of marriage. And trust you me, he's very experienced in terms of the issues that he is talking about. Today, as we try to wind up this show, I want Mr. Lumumba to there is a comment coming through, I think from one of our social media handles, that at age 50, you should have included their name. At age 25, not even a boy child is ready for marriage and feel rushed by parents into it. This one is he's disagreeing with you that at age 25, not even a boy child is ready for marriage. Yeah, how true is that?
But the boy is not, like, if you are referring to my son, he's not an orphan. I'm there. I'm there to work with him. He's not an orphan. Yeah. In fact, he has a whole set. I have a set of younger men who can coach him. The men I've coached are there. And we have the church system. We have the guidance and parenting sessions in the church.
Does Humphrey have those people who are talking to him?
No, because he has not expressed interest in getting married yet. So
someone has brought in a cultural bit and says, I am a Muganda, and as my tribe states, a Muko is only allowed home for maybe occasions, not things of Manya bringing the young man and we talk and we chat. Emuko has to come when he's coming to Kuchala, he's coming for introduction, and he's coming for wedding. Not these things, Manya come and we chat. Mr. Lumumba, try to contextualize that. How how are we going to beat marriage, cultural norms and what should be the real gist of the matter?
Derek, I said at the beginning we have 4 parenting styles. Authoritative, we have democratic, we have child-centered, and biblical. I am not going to comment about the cultural parenting style. No. I'm talking about, for me, I am for the biblical parenting style, which leads to that. I'm not going to go for the authoritarian or dictatorial.
Mr. Lumumba, you have been such a wonderful guest for us tonight. Mr. Lumumba, you have something to say. Yes, there's something burning.
I have a question for Derek.
Yes,
and
please.
If you're not able to answer, I'll answer. What's your dream car? The dream car, the ultimate car.
My dream car.
The ultimate.
Ultimate.
Yes. When you get that car, there will be no other car.
I don't think there is, because every day they are producing new cars which are very fascinating. Like, I can give you an example. 5 years ago, I felt if I get maybe even 2-3 years ago, if I get a Range Rover Sport, I don't want to use the other name that they are calling it nowadays, the one that the speaker gave to the husband on his birthday. I used to think that would be the ultimate for me. But I think things are changing, and there are very good cars that are coming.
Okay, let's assume your dream car is the Range Rover Sport.
Yes.
Assuming you have that car and it's parked in your compound on a Sunday afternoon, and a younger man who you do not know comes and knocks at the gate or rings the bell, and you allow him in. And when he appears, he asks you, hey, excuse me, sir, can you don't know this young man, you have never seen him, and all of a sudden he appears and says, can you give me the key to your car and I have a ride? The question is, will you allow this young man you don't know to take your car?
No, I can't.
Very good. Can't. If you cannot allow this young man you do not know to take your car, why do you allow this stranger who you do not know to come and take your daughter, in whom you have invested so much,
yes,
to just take away your daughter without you examining him? This is why I'm saying fathers need to examine the boy that is coming to take their daughter. It is the role of the father to examine, to evaluate, and if he doesn't measure up, equip him. That's why you need about 2-3 years. Equip this young man. Equip this younger man so that he measures up and he takes your daughter, because you can't stop them.
No,
otherwise, if you don't, your daughter will be back after 1 year.
Mr. Lumumba is an educationist. He's director of York Primary School. All that he's talking about is a full package that is offered to you at York Primary School that is found in Bujiri. A parent who is struggling with their child at an early stage in P1, in P2, but also in nursery, you can still get in touch with Mr. Lumumba on his phone contacts. Mr. Lumumba, is it okay for me to read out your contacts?
Yes.
For our because there are people who are asking for your contact. People are asking for Mr. Lumumba's contact. I'm going. Why don't you read it for them yourself? Okay, Mr. Lumumba is phone on 772 468 557 0772 468 557 for any of the comments that you might want to direct to him at a personal level. But also, if you have your child, you want to take them to your primary school where they are going to become wholly groomed girls and boys in terms of marriage, in terms of skills at school, but also get 4 in class, like many of the parents want. That's the right person to talk to. And today, he has told us so many things, but as we wind up this show, I want him to give us just 3 last words about York Primary School as the schools prepare to open. I know this week the Education Ministry has already announced that the P7 PLE is going to be coming out. What should we expect from York Primary School? But also, what are you preparing for the parents, especially the new ones who are going to come?
The parents Thank you, Derek. The parents who are joining York Primary School, they should be prepared for a child doing practical skills. There's going to be theoretical, of course, under UNEB, it is theory, but in addition to theoretical education, we offer practical skills like cookery and bakery, farming, precision agriculture. We have raising rabbits. Of course, we are doing rabbits as a precursor to dairy cattle that we shall be doing, I think, later this year. So there are so many. There's swimming. We have a fully registered football academy. All these because we have been in education for quite long, and we don't think the current curriculum is adequate enough for a child to be able to navigate and survive in the current world. Because we are doing that because we have seen so many graduates, who have so many children who have passed through our school, gone on to universities, getting first-class degrees, but they are not finding jobs. So we are trying to enable the children to be able to do something, raise a broiler chicken, do tomatoes, mushrooms, what? And we have also engineering courses. I call it subtle engineering, introduction, like they're able to assemble, a 4-cylinder engine.
Wonderful.
Cool. Yes.
Mr. Lumumba, there for you. I am still going through my chats on our on social media channels, and honestly, there's just too much that's going on. Some of those comments we shall not be able to read them tonight, but as we return with your show, maybe another time or next week, we shall be giving you a live update of everything that you'll be posting for us. Thank you, wonderful audience, for being with us from where we started and until now. Thank you for giving us your feedback. Thank you for your questions. It is exactly 17 minutes past the hour of midday, and we want to say, so far, you have been a wonderful audience. We shall end it at this, and when we return next time, we shall be taking more of your comments. From me, Derek Wandera, your host, Daniel has been the executive producer. Chris Opendi has been on the cameras, very busy. Nabule Sharon on your TikTok. Huzaifa and Kayondo have been also very busy in the newsroom. It is a very fully packed studio where you are always going to be getting the best of your shows. And even this weekend, we shall be bringing to you a live update on the political scene. Derek Wandera, God bless you. Have a wonderful afternoon.